What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about a bunch of different things. First, I'm going to get into some breaking news. We're going to talk about the potential stock market crash, what we saw today, what we can expect moving forward. Want to break down what we know regarding the stimulus update, talk about what Senator Bernie Sanders said today, and give you just a bunch of updates, a bunch of news that came out today. First, Omicron affects children. Omicron is now affecting children, just second most to people over the ages of 60. And when I'm talking about children, I'm talking about children under the ages of 5. Okay? This is big. The news of this broke just a few hours ago. And the reason why I want to bring this up, for one, I do have a child under the age of 5. He's only 2. This is something that have always been worried about. What if it impacts our youth, our youngest children, babies, infants, right? Yes, children 5 to 11 years old. I get it. This is going to be huge. Now, I'm going to address this more at the end of this video. I want to get to some other stuff as well, but just understand, this is going to impact every single one of us. Because if parents can't go to work because their child is either in the hospital or has COVID, right? Has this Omicron variant that can reinfect us quicker, 3 times faster, that's going to be huge. So make sure you watch this entire video. There's a lot of stuff that I need to cover. Now, today, President Biden signed the stopgap bill to keep the government funded until February 18th. We'll get to that. The stock market was ugly today, but many experts don't believe this was the start of the crash. We'll get to that as well. Today, Senator Bernie Sanders, he sent letters to President Biden to delay the increase of Medicare Part B premiums. Sanders believes that this is not enough to get stuff done. Right now, he says we need to do more for the American people. Health experts say that Omicron variant has the potential to be disastrous due to reinfection and heightened breakthroughs. That is huge, and this is what I've been saying for a while. We are seeing some declines within our economy due to not having enough daycare providers and educators. That took a big hit today as well. I'll address that in a minute. Americans question President Biden's leadership regarding COVID. And again, health experts are saying that today they're seeing an unprecedented amount of children under the ages of 5 being hospitalized due to the Omicron variant. So again, I will break it down in that order. President Biden signed the stopgap bill today. That is good news. That means, for one, it took something off the Senate's table. That's really good news. The second thing is this bill had to pass today by 11:59 tonight. That's Eastern Standard Time. Good thing, President Biden signed it. This means the government will be funded and we can move forward. The stock market, even though the signing of this bill should have been relief to the stock market didn't care. Even though the stock market should have looked at the jobs report that came out today and saw, oh, our unemployment rate dropped. That's good news. We're seeing some people coming back, except we're not seeing too many. So that should have been good news right there. However, the stock market looked at this report and thought, you know what? That's actually bad news. So the stock market, did it actually crash? My answer to that is no. We didn't see a crash. Some experts are predicting the stock market crash that we will see whenever this crash actually happens. It will look something similar to the dot-com bubble. Now, the Dow dropped 0.17% today. In the dot-com bubble, the Dow dropped 8% in a single day. It dropped, I think, 25% in a week. And total was the Dow. I don't think it was the Dow. I think it was the, I believe it's the S&P that it dropped, I believe, 70 to 80% over like a month or so. So right now, no, this is not a crash. This is more of a correction. Some of the prices that we have seen on some stocks have just been insane. For instance, Rivian, they're the automaker. Their price is insane. We've seen many prices have just been incredibly high. Some say Tesla is extremely high. Me personally, I have been buying Tesla in the past. I haven't touched Tesla in a little while. I actually sold out of some of my shares just because Tesla, in my opinion, is a little bit high for today's current market, what we are seeing right now. So many people are saying that we need to keep an eye on the Omicron variant. That's number one. That should be key. We need to keep an eye on inflation news. We need to keep an eye on the Fed's tapering. This is going to be big. And we need to keep an eye on workers that are actually leaving the workforce for whatever reason. This is creating a lot of issues. So as we see more of what is actually happening, and I promise this weekend, I'm going to do my part. I will be creating more videos on stocks, crypto, and finances, okay? Because I understand right now we are at a time where we're seeing crazy prices. We're seeing crazy fluctuations in price throughout the day. And I want to keep you up to date on what's going on and how you guys should be trading in order to, one, to protect your money, and number two, potentially make some money. So I promise I will do my part this weekend and moving forward to fill you in on what is actually happening. Now today, Senator Bernie Sanders, he sent a letter to President Biden and he asked him to simply delay the increase to the Medicare Part D premiums. This premium hike is simply due to the fact that there's a potential approval for an Alzheimer's drug. Now, this approval would increase premiums by $21.60. The medication that is being prescribed and that's in question is actually being questioned due to its effectiveness. The FDA approved this even though advisors said they wanted more proof of how effective this is. That is one of the reasons it is being pretty much questioned. The second reason, the price of this prescription drug is $56,000 per year. So it's not cheap. It's not a drop in the hat. This is expensive. And so some want to know, is it actually effective? So that's what Bernie Sanders is asking President Biden to delay this premium or this increased premium for, simply because it's too expensive. And number two, we don't even know if it works. How crazy is that? Senator Bernie Sanders also believes that right now there's not enough actually happening for the American people. He still says that there needs to be more for the American people. There is an increased possibility that the human infrastructure bill doesn't actually pass at this moment. And a lot of people are saying that's because many people, many lawmakers do not like what's actually in it. They are pretty much opposed to this entire bill because they say we keep pulling stuff out. Some just want the promise from President Biden that we're not going to pull anything out, but yet President Biden can't deliver that promise because he's not the one that's actually negotiating it. Senator Joe Manchin has more power at this point in the Senate than President Biden does. And that's a huge, huge issue. We also know health experts are saying that the Omicron variant has the potential to be disastrous due to the reinfection and heightened breakthroughs. What I can tell you is that right now, you are 3 times more likely to be reinfected due to the Omicron variant than the Delta variant. This is huge because, and here's why. If you get the Omicron variant, okay, or the Delta variant, let's just use the Delta variant for now. And let's say you take one of these special Merck pills that President Biden is supposed to be getting, right? We're still waiting on that. But let's say you take one of these special pills that what the purpose of this pill is to do is just to limit your symptoms, okay? And have it so that you quickly get over the COVID virus. Well, when you take that pill, do you have to have a whole bucket of pills? Because if you can be reinfected up to 3 times faster, that's insane. That's crazy. Not only that, but the heightened breakthroughs. Even if you have the COVID shot, the vaccine, the booster, whatever, if the Omicron variant can break through that, how effective is the vaccine? And this is what the Biden administration has been pushing since he got into office, is we have to get the vaccine. Go and get the vaccine. Get the booster shot. Make sure you're wearing a mask. Social distance. Wash your hands, right? All these things. We keep hearing it. But that's the problem, is if the Omicron variant is more severe than many people predicted, which they were already predicting this will be disastrous, well, where do we go from here? Right? Where do we go? We are seeing huge declines within our economy, though, due to the fact that we don't have enough daycare providers or educators. Just today, we saw that these are actually the least to recover jobs at this time. Daycare has actually decreased by 10% since February 2020, and education has fallen by 5.5% since the exact same time period. So, we're seeing declines in two areas where we need to see increases. If there are not more daycare providers, the people that are sitting at home waiting for a daycare provider just to call and be like, hey, we got a spot, well, they're going to continue to sit there. So we'll see what happens there, but honestly, I don't know. I don't know what to say with that, because we are seeing every other area is seeing increases. Well, except for retail. Retail saw they lost 20,000 people just this past month, and it was mostly due to smash and grabs. So we'll see what happens there. Many Americans are questioning the Biden administration and President Biden himself on his leadership with COVID. Recently, all the moves that President Biden has been making has pretty much been in a trail of what Europe has already been doing. So, and I just want you to keep this in mind. Right now, countries in Europe are actually starting to lock down. We're seeing shutdowns. We're seeing mandates. Well, if President Biden's just following pretty much like a month or so behind, guess what? That could mean that we, as a country, are headed towards additional lockdowns, head towards restrictions, more mandates. But get this, and we'll see what President Biden decides to do, but get this. With this news that the children under the age of 5, for one, children under the age of 5 are going to be very limited as to what they can do, because many of them cannot take care of themselves. Even children 5, even children 8 to 10, 11 years old, whatever, still cannot take care of themselves completely. But younger children have to have a parent. My 8-year-old, he could go and make himself a sandwich and do things like that. He would be very, self-sufficient. My 2-year-old, not so much. So because of that, get this. With President Biden potentially following in Europe's footsteps, if we were to see lockdowns, that would greatly impact our economy, okay? Because many parents would not be able to go to work. Many people that used to rely on 2 incomes would be down to 1. If you only have 1 income now because you haven't been able to get your job back, guess what? You have no income. Here's the other thing. Just over the past month, we have seen business applications for business licenses actually go up. We've seen them just incredible numbers, almost record numbers. And it's because people do not have a job to go to. So guess what? They're starting their own job. And remember when I told you people could just go and take some of the equity out of their home? Well, if home prices fall because, interest rates could potentially go up, guess what? There's not as much equity there. Now, I don't think they're going to be underwater. I don't think they're going to be upside down their loan, but there's not enough equity. Well, what if you decide to sell your stocks, sell some of your crypto? Well, crypto has been got a little bit of a hit today, right? We saw, I think just a little while ago, Litecoin was in like the $180 range. We saw Ethereum was, I think, at like 41. We saw Bitcoin down, I think, in the 53s. I don't even know what it is right now. I'll look really quick. But yeah, we just keep seeing them fall. Litecoin is at 186. Ethereum 41.7. Bitcoin 53.4. Right? Things keep falling. So if cryptocurrencies are falling, stocks are falling, everything's falling, how do you go and pull money out of your investments when your investments keep on dropping? Again, it makes it very difficult, and that's why this Omicron variant is so severe. Here's something else. Okay? One expert said, due to the fact that there's still not a vaccine for children under the ages of 5, this creates a major problem. And one expert said, and I quote, "The incident in those under 5 is now second highest, second only to those over the ages of 80. The trend that we're seeing now, that is different to what we've seen before. It is a particular increase in hospital admissions in children under 5 years." That's what we're hearing. Now, this is not great news. And again, I just mentioned why, But let me get your take on this. What do you think? Do you think we're going to get out of this? Do you think this is just an overreaction? Honestly, let me just give you my opinion really quick. I was hoping, really hoping, that the Omicron variant was just an overreaction. It was something that was going to turn into nothing, right? It was just not even a scare tactic. This was something that, in South Africa, it's a little bit different. Obviously, the way they, you live down in South Africa is different than us here in the United States. However, and South Africa does not have many people getting vaccinated. But here's what I want you to understand, is if this is going to impact us at this time, if this is the case, and children under the ages of 5 and over the ages of 60 are the ones that are going to have that be very critical, right? Here's the problem. This is going to shut down a lot of things. So we are supposed to know a lot more regarding the Omicron variant over the next few days. So as I get more information, I promise I will fill you in on that. I'm gonna fill you in on the stock market, what you should be doing to prepare for a potential decline in prices. I'm not gonna say a crash, but more of a more substantial correction. All right, so I'm gonna bring you all that stuff this weekend, so make sure you go ahead, hit that like button. It does help out the channel, but also click that subscribe button so that you never miss an update. But again, just wanna thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.